This is the ceremony before firefighters set out. They light a match, and if it doesn't burn down to their hand, it means no one will be sacrificed. Unfortunately, this time the match kept burning until it slowly went out on the captain's fingertips. Seeing this scene, everyone had an ominous feeling in their hearts. But when they arrived at their destination, not a single person was afraid, and not a single person retreated. They descended from the sky, like moths to a flame, rushing towards the raging fire. However, in the face of natural disasters, human power is simply too weak. The area they were responsible for quickly and unfortunately fell. 6 firefighters were trapped in the sea of fire. Although there was still a way out, the direction was downwind. It's impossible for people to outrun fire. Captain Anton immediately ordered the clearing of nearby combustibles and then covered them with fire blankets to wait for helicopter rescue. Seeing the fire getting closer and closer, one of the newly joined firefighters couldn't contain his fear. He rushed towards the only way out. He didn't want to leave it to fate. His child had just been born, and he wanted to go back alive. Finally, the remaining 5 firefighters waited for rescue at the spot. They were saved. The wildfire was still spreading. After a short break, Anton and his team members took on a new mission. This time, the mission was to protect a village. Fortunately, this time the match didn't burn down to their fingers, which meant no one would be sacrificed. After successfully landing, Miha was responsible for logistics, setting up tents, and cooking. The remaining 4 team members, under Anton's command, began to create a fire break between the wildfire and the village. After clearing the combustibles, they set a fire in front of the fire break towards the direction of the wildfire. If nothing unexpected happened, the nearby wildfire would be extinguished due to the lack of fuel. However, unfortunately, the unexpected still happened. A big fire suddenly ignited behind them, trapping them in a pincer attack. When Miha came back with water, he found that the camp had also been burned down. He only had time to rescue the satellite phone and his teammate Max's guitar. Anton led the team members towards the village, but halfway there, they encountered a group of villagers, and the fire behind them was actually set by the villagers. They wanted to create a clearing for a wedding the next day, but they didn't expect to almost kill the firefighters. What's even more outrageous is that the villagers not only had no remorse, but also complained that they came too slowly and threatened to file a collective complaint against them if the fire burned down the village. Anton proposed to rest in the village for a night, but was directly refused. In this way, due to the supplies being burned, the 6 firefighters could only sleep in the woods for a night. The next day, they woke up with sore bodies. They went to the village to borrow some tools to dig another fire break. As a result, because of the conflict the night before, the villagers told them to get out and not disturb the wedding ceremony.